Hi, it's Tracy Bild, and we are on chapter 9, one chapter left on Confessions of the Pricing Man. This has been a really valuable book to read, and it is a little difficult to get through, which is why I decided to decipher it and really try to break it down into actionable steps for you. This is one of my favorite chapters because it's all about pricing wars and pricing crisis. And it really ties back to an earlier blog that I spoke about with seniors housing entering the maturity phase and starting to be at a point where there's not enough demand in order to meet the supply, right? We're oversupplied. And as a result, we're entering pricing wars, which are diminishing our margins. And I just want to leave you with a couple of these very interesting takeaways to really get you to read and digest this blog. Herman says there are indicators of a collapse in demand and a pricing crisis. And there was 4 of them. And in my opinion, we meet all 4 in our industry. Capacity utilization. A company's production capacity and its employees are underutilized, right? We have vacant units. In many cases, we've got 12, 13 open units on average across the industry in a property. Inventory, unsold goods. There's a lot of unoccupied inventory, as I just mentioned, across the country. Price pressure. This arises when customers try to take advantage of the new balance of power and when competitors start undercutting each other. And lastly, selling pressure. The sales force gets pushed harder and harder to sell more units at the same time when buying resistance from customers, when it grows, it becomes more difficult for salespeople to meet their targets. This is amazing. And I really go into detail. This is a little bit longer of a blog because this entire chapter is so relevant to what we're going through and how we can really get out of this cycle. And there's a really neat case study on Panera Bread and how they actually increased prices during the Great Recession and saw increased growth in profits and sales that were pretty substantial. The goal is to think differently, to get out of your box. So enjoy this blog. I loved this chapter, and I hope you do too.